And we are live. Oh, Joe, how are you doing, bud?
Doing all right, man. 4 in the morning. I haven't live streamed in a while. It's been a long time coming. So yeah, happy.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm I am very happy to when I seen I fell asleep earlier and woke up and saw that there were almost 1,500 subs. So yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
it's,
that
it's
was
been a
beautiful.
crazy like the last 3 days. Because of course you guys know, maybe not, but we were put in timeout by YouTube for about 14 days, and I was legitimately concerned that that was going to affect our momentum. I thought we would have to work a little bit to get back to where we were, and it turns out y'all were uh, y'all were waiting for us. Yeah, so we've the Nightwish and Warning reactions have just exploded. The Elvis and the Led Zeppelin reactions have done great. We've had some great conversations in the comments with some awesome people. It's it's been a crazy few days, but beautifully crazy, kind of crazy that makes you want to stay, and kind of crazy that makes you not want to go sane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I have learned so much about music since becoming a reactor, uh, and my ego told me that there wasn't any more to learn. Uh, Even songs that I've heard all my life, I've learned more about just from reacting to the bands or sitting with you reacting to songs that I've known well. Elvis Presley being a big example. I mean, I have always been had a grudge against Elvis for whatever reason. Not really even sure why. Maybe it's because I thought it wasn't cool to listen to Elvis. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure, but either way, I was wrong. 100% wrong.
Yeah, Elvis was one of those guys that was always like, okay, it's a bit before my time and like super hyped. So I was like, and what I heard, like it was good, but it's like, yeah, that's not really something I'm going to listen to on a regular basis. But when we did Kentucky Rain, I was like, that's a great song. That's
Man,
definitely
so
going on
good.
the playlist. And now I'm just thinking, it is possible that this I do feel like there's like a pre and post reaction or reactor period in that you're right. You do learn to perceive music differently. Just being a reactor and just listening to really good reactors. Of course, you and I met Charismatic Voice Patreon, and like literally after listening to Elizabeth, like I legitimately hear things differently. Like even if I've got an old set of headphones and I'm playing an old, badly produced album, I hear shit that I didn't hear before. That's just, I mean, that's a great feeling. It's just like my entire collection, which I've got, a CD or two, but it's like it's all
Yeah.
got a second lease on life now, and that's not even counting like earlier yesterday morning, we just sat around for 3 hours almost and listened to Alabama and Hank Williams Jr. And these were artists that I was familiar with to a certain by name, but I never actually gotten down and listened to. And now they're among my favorites. So yeah, just that's I guess that's the great thing about the music journey. If you're really a lover of music, that journey never ends, and you never. It's a school that never lets out.
It's very true. I like that word. I like those words too. I hope we're broadcasting. It says we are.
Yeah.
I always wonder if this newer program will let the comments come through, but I know it will. We done it one time, and the comments came through. I just tried to access it through the studio, and it says we're live, um, but it won't let me access it through the studio. So I think we're where we're supposed to be.
All right.
Um, I have my other channel. I can check. YouTube. I'm not doing this for review. It's my personal channel. It was my cousin's channel, but he passed away. So it's actually pretty sentimental to me. Ken, you're annoyed. That is a yeah. There we go. Now we got a viewer, so it's working. Um, Kenyon of annoyed is a anagram for Maynard Keenan. So that's my personal channel that I use for you know we're not we're not here, so and that person left.
Hey,
I did say Maynard though, so you know.
thanks for joining us, and hey, see you later.
Yeah, we are happy to be celebrating just doing what we do for one,
Yeah.
and knowing all the wonderful people we have met through this job, if you want to call it that. And I don't see it really. Hello, Ian. Ian, I love that. Ian from Coach is one. Were you possibly named after Ian? Maybe I'm sure you weren't, but I love that name. Yeah, Coach is wow. That's been a huge part of our lives now. And Jimmy with and without Coach Chisel. But just like learning about that, it was how long before we figured out that Coach Chisel had broken up and then gotten back together? I mean,
I don't quite recall. There was a comment, a recent comment on the "Please Don't Ask Me" reaction with John Farnham. Hey, Ian, thanks for joining us. But yeah, I probably bored that poor person to tears because there's left this long comment. Just because that reaction is always going to be so special to me. He said, at the time we were like, the channel was doing all right, but like things were going very slowly. And it's like I was thinking, okay, I mean, how can we pick up some momentum? And at the time, like our tech was so primitive, I was shooting content from the freaking mom's car. And then you did this song, "Please Don't Ask Me" with John Farnham and Olivia Newton-John, and basically as from a suggestion from a patron on the Charismatic Voice, a fellow patron there.
Kingdom Soups, yeah.
Kingdom Soups. And we did that. And first of all, we were just blown away by John and Olivia's, singing abilities and John's gentlemanly demeanor. I remember won us over right off the bat. But that thing just exploded. It's like it flew to 1,000 views so quick, and there were so many comments. So I remember you sending me a text like, "Oh my God, help! There's so many comments." I'm grabbing my phone trying to. But yeah, we haven't looked back since then. Just so many of you guys said you got to listen to Jimmy Barnes next, and we listened to Jimmy, and whoa!
Hey, your focus is going. You're strobing.
Yeah.
Your webcam.
It's pulsating. That's just my light sources, actually.
Oh, okay.
Give me a second. I think I can fix this.
Put your avatar up there, man. Show him your avatar. Where's Jason at?
Over there.
Ha ha ha. I love that option in this program. We could become avatars. So I think I am a wrench. Hey, hello. How you doing?
What's up, Wrench?
I'm a tool.
Cool. Be right back.
No, but that's pretty neat. Ian, where are you from in Oz? Brisbane, Sydney. What part? We're honorary Aussies. You may know that, and I apologize if you do. I think our next Aussie/Kiwi reaction will be 100.
Oh, really? We're almost at 100? I think yeah.
Yeah, it will either be 99 or 100. I'm not positive, but I know when I shared the playlist to someone who commented on the help video, and I think they may have thought that was our only reaction. I was like, we have done a lot of Aussie reactions, and we will continue to do them because they're amazing.
Is Help still the most viewed video on the channel? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really, really close to hitting 10,000 views. So
yeah, that'll be our.
And there are a lot of channels that have way more views than that, but we're proud of the ones we have. And I think they have way more views because, for one, a lot of channels make a lot shorter content, and a lot of channels make shorts. And while we do have some shorts, we don't really do them very often, so therefore there aren't a lot of views. Views come from those shorts, but you also get unwanted subs. And what I mean by that is, if you get somebody that clicks on one time because of a short they like, and then they never come back,
yeah,
then first of all, that's skewing your numbers, and you think there's someone there that isn't, and it's just it's a waste of their space, and you know, I don't want to say a waste, but anyway, we want a community of people that enjoy the content and not just someone who sees a short that they like and click on it and never come back. That's why I don't like clickbait.
Yeah.
I can't stand people that put that on their or I would say I can't stand them. I don't relate with it.
Yeah, it's a very dishonest practice. Even like people that title things like to make it sound more sensational. There was one I recently saw where it said Dolly Parton hates Elvis, and I watched the short, and it was like she doesn't hate Elvis at all. She just didn't like his manager at the time because yeah. So yeah, we definitely tried to do things as honestly as possible. Love Don't Live Here Anymore by Renee Geyer. All right,
Can you put that in your phone, please, OGL?
I can.
Ogle. Ogle. That's what when I have an Aussie voice that reads my screen readings, like anywhere. It's a lady. Jennifer, the channel MVP, says it's more of a American Aussie voice, but still, the computer's doing the best it can, I guess, with the Aussie lingo. Good morning, Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Yeah, man, we love you guys too. This is but the Australian voice reads our comments out, and it calls him Ogle when I put OGL. Ogle, so that's why I call him that. What was the there was a Canadian studio that we did, the guy that done the City and Color, that done the cover for the Alice in Chains on our channel. What is the name of that studio? Do you happen to know what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure. Give me just a second here.
Well, I was talking to the gentleman from the screen.
That's all right. Nukchu
one. Is that a? Wait a minute, I may be saying that wrong, but Nukchu one. I don't know. I like that though. Sometimes, like license tags, I'll read them and they don't make no sense. And later, I'll be like, "Oh, that's okay. I get it." You know, like City and Color is a great band. They are, man. They I don't know why that reaction hasn't done that well on the channel, but it's not really for me to judge that. But it's wonderful. It'll be there forever for people to enjoy. So I think he does a cover of Alice in Chains. It's man, I can't remember what song.
Rain When I Die, isn't it?
Rain When I Die. That's exactly right. Yeah. So. It means drunk in my native language. I love that. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a sip or two every now and then. We have a great member of the channel who is a fellow member of the Charismatic Voice, Digiberter, who is a huge Marillion fan. And that's why we got into doing the Marillion songs. And yes, Ian, he is putting your request down right now, my friend. But yeah, City and Color, they're really, really good. Is it a they? I mean, I'm sure it is. We only had the singer, which, man, he's got a cool name too. He's got like a story behind his name. And there's a story behind the name City and Color. Let me think. It's he was in a city that was colorful or something. Oh man, well, let's look that up. Because I know there's something to that. Sorry. Here we go. What is the story behind the singer of City and Color, why he named the band that? Dallas Green. Pop up. Get off here. There's a story behind it. Oh, his name is Dallas and Green. So the city he was born in, Dallas, and his name is a color. So
The Color, yeah.
yeah, I knew. I knew there was something behind that. So that's really cool.
He had a really good voice. I was really surprised by how much I enjoyed that.
Man,
I
I did
wasn't
it again,
familiar.
Gio. I didn't put it on the stage. I got to remember to do that. Yeah, it's because his name's Dallas and green is the color, and Dallas is the city he was born in. So, city and color. That's beautiful. I love that. And he's a wonderful singer. Also, there is a Canadian folk band that Digiberter turned us on to. And if I can find it on the channel here, I will. It was so good. It was like they were making an orchestra in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, like City and Color is a perfect example of a band I don't think either of us would have found if it weren't for the channel. So, and definitely glad that we discovered them. And I do remember the band you're talking about. I just don't remember their name.
Yeah, I'll find it. Keep talking, OGL. Keep talking.
All right, I'm just looking for this gentleman's request here.
No, just you ain't gotta like just write it down. Or
Yeah, I sent it to you. I just put it on Messenger so we can
yeah,
access it.
all right. There's the
Yeah,
city and color reaction there, my friend.
yeah.
Um, and we sure do a lot of diverse music.
See, I was
think
going to
we do
say,
a little bit of everything.
not trying to be narcissistic or arrogant or anything, but I don't think you'll find a
Ah,
channel with more diverse
man.
content than ours.
Renee died just over a year ago and was Australia's best soul singer. Oh man, that's really sad because Judith from the Seekers means so much to me. I've had a major bond with that lady, and it was so sad to me that she had gone. We have her final performance on. There's Max Barrett for the Kiwis.
Yeah.
We, not her
Also
final
a great
performance,
song.
but there is the Canadian band, okay, Fraser and
Fraser and
DeVault.
DeBolt.
Don't Let Me Down. That is a man. That song is so friggin' amazing. I don't even know how to explain to you how cool that song is. It's I don't care who you are anywhere in the world, that song would resonate with you. It's really good.
Yeah, it's only got
So
50 views, so
um,
I definitely recommend you guys checking it out. It will surprise you. It's an amazing song.
Ian, what is Renee's name? I would like to look that up.
It's Hold
Her
on, I got it on my
discography.
phone here.
No, can you not see the comments, OGL?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm asking. I don't think he's told us yet what her name is.
Renee Geyer.
Okay, okay, I got you, buddy.
Yeah,
I didn't realize what you were doing. Just slap me sometimes.
like but Nut Chew One. I'm glad you've enjoyed the warning reactions. We've loved discovering that band, and they've been a blessing to the channel. So yeah,
Oh my God, the warning is so good. I mean, they're
yeah,
so. I don't know how to explain it really. All right, give me that
and
name one more time. I'm sorry.
Renee Geyer, Geyer.
Renee Geyer.
But yeah, the Warning Army is a great bunch of fans. So thank y'all so much.
Um, okay, maybe that is. Why am I
Geiger.
not? Uh, I'm not sure, man. I must have spelled it wrong or something, possibly. How do you spell it?
Reneegeyer.
Oh man, there it is. Australian singer, got it. So let's see if we can hear my Aussie voice here. Can we hear it?
I hear nothing. Lately, I haven't been hit when you had the voice reading things. I haven't heard it recently.
All right, yeah, it's
Last
not
couple
doing
of
that.
times.
So, but you can see it, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. January 17th. My birthday is January 18th. My goodness. She passed away on the 17th last year. Australian singer who was one of the country's jazz, soul, and R&B musicians. 15 studio albums, 77 to 03. Number 11 on the Australian charts. Yeah, this looks interesting. So, Ladder also reached number 1 in New Zealand, so the Kiwis enjoyed it too. She's worked with Joe Cocker, Neil Diamond. Sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting you.
I was just saying, Nukchu's birthday is 10 days after yours. So.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. Got a song, "Sex Life." That sounds interesting. The ARIA Hall of Fame. Rock historian Ian McFarland, of course, described Geyer as having a rich, soulful, passionate, and husky vocal delivery. Her status in the Australian music industry was recognized by the ARIA Awards. It's amazing. I love finding out new talent. There's old Farnsey. Got plenty of Farnsey and Barnsey. And if anyone doesn't know on the channel, let's go to the playlists. And I have a lisp, I know. There are several playlists. I mean, The Warning, Slipknot, Cold Chisel, Dio, Chris Cornell, Hank Jr., Laurie Hanson, Outlaw Country, basically, Floyd, Carrie Underwood doing rock, Marillion, Nightwish, Tool, Iron Maiden, Vanessa Amorosi, Epica, Anzac Day. We've done all 4 videos on Anzac Day. Aussie Gems, which there are 98 Aussie videos, so I was 2 off. And I got just the Barnsey, just the Cold Chisel and Barnsey. Reaction videos in general, there are 267 of those. Elaine Staley playlist, music documentary, which has nothing to do with, it's just like different things in music. Even have the unique places we've done.
Yeah, we just try to break, as far as the playlist, we're just trying to break things up into categories so you guys can find the stuff that you like with a minimum of effort.
Let's check out this wise old man on a mountain near my house.
Wise old man on the
That this
mountain.
rock shell where the granite was quarried in through here, that it extended from northern Georgia up into southern Virginia. And just outside of Faith there, Mount Hope Church Road, you could.
He's talking about a rock shelf. I live in Granite Quarry, North Carolina. You can ask OGL. There's rocks everywhere.
Oh my
He's talking about
God.
a rock shelf from Georgia, North Carolina, or Georgia, USA, to all the way up into Virginia. It's basically the Appalachian Mountain chain.
Wells that they put down on one side will go down 20, 30 feet and get granite.
Yeah.
Ones on the other side of the road, they have to go a whole lot deeper before they can ever get anything solid enough to put the casing into.
So it's like,
that ridge, the edge of that ledge is right along in Mount Hope Church Road there, just west of Faith.
and that makes perfect sense because all the quarries are on that side.
Now, on the west side of Mount Hope Church Road.
You can learn a lot from older people.
No,
The knowledge they have is a
can't teach experience.
well.
Nukchu also, I would definitely recommend checking out the stuff. I hope you dig it. And I do have your request cataloged here. So we got you.
Yeah, that's really sad about
Yeah.
Renee. We have that. Oh, Nuts, you had a request too. Jesse Harper Horizons. I'm gonna go look at the to do stuff, but I could have swore we had that. I've heard that already. Horizons. Let me see here.
Gotcha. But then the playlists are in a constant state of like we're always trying to, but because we're always adding stuff to them, and we're always, I guess, trying to break them up into smaller categories. Like the warning, we've got all of our warning reactions, but we're going to have a separate playlist for the reactions from the Queen of the Murder Scene album. So so people can watch those reactions in the same order that the album is, since it's a concept album, and the warning fans want it to be.
Okay, I was wrong. It's called the Whitlams. The
Okay.
Whitlams is a newer Aussie band. We just did that. So
Yeah, so not too. We haven't done Jesse Roper yet. I think Danny was just saying like he thought he had it queued for another reaction already. But yeah, like I said, I've got you.
I'll put them in right now. What's the name of? What's the 2 requests?
Okay, so we've got. Bring up my messenger here. Okay, so we've got Renee Geyer. Love, Don't Leave Here Anymore.
Don't leave here no more.
Love, Don't
Or
Live
live
here
here.
anymore. Yeah.
There you go.
And then Jesse Roper, Horizons Live.
That's not the right person, is it? Renee. How you spell Renee one more time? I'm sorry.
Renee.
Geyer.
Yes.
There it is.
Geyer.
Got it.
All right.
I imagine that's right. That's it right there. The live version at with Kev Grant or here would be. I wonder which one. I'm going to go with the one without the gentleman singing with her. So that's, I'm assuming, the one. If not, we could change it.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out.
What's the other request?
Okay, it is Jesse Roper.
Bro, I mean, they're specific on how these are spelled, so if you can spell it for me.
Jessie.
I got that. Can you see?
Roper.
Can you see the tab? What's the song?
Horizons Live.
Can you not see the tab?
No, I can.
What?
You want me to add it to the stage?
Oh, I didn't add. Man, Lord have mercy. I'm sorry.
All right.
Ah.
That's probably the one.
I'm not the smartest tool in the picnic there. I'm trying to find a Horizons Live.
One of
I see the official
there.
video.
Next one down. There we go. Horizons official live version.
Okay. Okay. Download.
All right.
There we go. See what we got? We got Blackberry Smoke, which is also, I think, they're not a Canadian band, but they're Canadians who told us about them.
Yeah. They're killer.
Zeppelin, Jethro Tull, Styx, Billy Strings, Post Malone doing the Alice in Chains, Little Richard doing Long Tall Sally because we did John Farnham. I don't know why that's in there. We done John Farnham do it. There is for Gary Goodman, Hank Williams Jr. live doing the I forget what song we did. That's the right one. That's just something I saw. The Whitmans and That Day Mason, man, we just disagree. That song was so great. I don't even know where he's from. He's a one-hit wonder, but it's
What a
so
one
great.
hit.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Where's that comment? Thank you. Yeah, he said that's right one, so that's good. We have been told by everyone on Earth that gives you advice on how to do things on YouTube to not do several different genres of music because you will diversify your audience and it will not get you the views you want and you cannot grow, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, what he says, what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put that up here if you don't mind. Let me take this off. We try to look at this channel like there is no genre. Music is music. We even have a couple R&B reactions or hip hop, whatever you want to call it. Crossroads by Bone Thugs is a beautiful song
Yeah.
where they harmonize, and we also try to take the stigmas out of music or the labels like gangster rap or southern rock or outlaw country. These are labels. Those are not genres. These are things people put on music, and I don't think that's fair at all. There are those things, but everything isn't. The song we did with Nate Dogg and Warren G, Regulators, which is from the Young Guns movie. That's not gangster rap. That's just two guys singing about regulators, mount up. That's Young Guns, right?
Young Guns is like a Western.
Young Guns, they're the regulators. They are the regulators in Young Guns.
Okay.
That's mount up on the horses and go. When John Tunstall, when they go there and
Okay. I got you.
wow, that surprised me you didn't know that. Anyway,
Also, Ian, I have a link to the version that you mentioned with the Kev Garant on guitar. So yeah, we got you. Ian.
well, just tell me, man. I can. So what is it now?
Okay, so you remember on the Renee Geyer song, you were trying to figure out which version.
Yeah.
He said
yeah.
the one on top, the one with the dude on guitar. But yeah, I got it downloaded I got it sent to your messenger here.
Oh, okay. I got you. So the version I had wasn't right? That one?
The one that you picked wasn't the one that Ian said that the other one was the best. So
that was the Renee guy or the Roper?
the Renee Geyer.
Okay, so it was the one at the top with the man?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But the Roper one is the Jesse Roper Horizons. You got that one perfect.
What the hell that? I don't know what I'm doing there.
I'm not too. We're
Well,
glad
I thought
to
you just said I didn't have the right one. Now wait a minute. Now
Okay.
I thought you said I did. You're confusing me, Olivia. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So on the Renee Geyer song, the one that you downloaded wasn't the one that Ian said was the best.
That's not the right one there, right?
That's the Jesse Roper song. That one right there, the one that you downloaded, that is the perfect one. That one right there. With Jesse Roper, you nailed it. It's the Renee Geyers. Is the one that you missed.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
I understand now.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
apologies.
No, it's all right. We're just making sure we get the right versions for these gentlemen here.
Yeah, no doubt. Man, tell me one more time how to spell. I'm so sorry.
That's Renee. And then Geyer, Geyer. Yeah.
And she's beautiful. What was the song one more time?
Love don't live here anymore.
Why is it not saved in my thing? So it was this top one.
Yes.
Gotcha. I felt like going with that one, but it seemed like I wasn't sure if wanted the other person in there. So
Yeah. No, that's you made a solid call. Like I said, Ian just chimed in and let us know.
no, it's all good. It's great.
So thank you, Ian. Appreciate the assistance there.
Want to
And I agree with you, Ian. Most musicians don't like being put into labels. Labels are more for the benefit of people selling music as opposed to making it.
So that what you're looking at there is the this is the top videos on the channel.
Help is so close to 10,000.
John Farnham's help, 9.6 thousand.
Yeah.
And the footy reaction is 8.3. My original Lane Staley tribute is still holding strong with 4.9. Of course, Eric Bogle.
Yeah.
Beautiful
I remember
song.
that one too. Yeah, that blew me away.
Nightwish. The Trio of Talents video with Lane Staley. The Warning is already up there. Cold Chisel is up there. Farnham. Lane Staley again, which Lane Staley's who we built the channel on, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
Still there. 2 Anzac days in the top 10. I was on 19.
Those Anzac reactions are well represented.
And there's the first video you ever did. This is the first time he ever did a video simultaneously with me, and he was a cartoon.
Yeah.
I'm going to mute it. But he was literally, as you could see, he's...
I literally look like I'm in a spaceship trying to evade a supernova. Like it's just a white background behind me. That's me in the car on a very sunny day.
There are times when I have the camera set up beside me and I'm recording him on another computer. So every now and then I'll bump the camera and his whole screen will shake. That's the one where Jimmy's a little late, ain't he?
Yeah.
John has to like keep the crowd engaged, which is John's
the John Farnham specialty.
Magic.
If anyone can do it, yeah.
Magical power. I always say that John Farnham had Wi-Fi when everybody else was on dial-up.
Very well put.
And this is one that I would encourage anyone who loves music to watch. Seven Spanish Angels with Ray Charles and Willie Nelson. We did this to commemorate Black History Month and also to commemorate Willie Nelson being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But if you want to listen to a beautiful and a beautifully written song that will make you feel something, that is definitely a song for the...
Yeah, the music and the lyrics on that. Music and the lyrics are both amazing, but Willie and Ray just knocked that one out of the park.
And this Elvis reaction blew me away. Post Malone, man, he really good too. Post Malone was it really surprised me how well he does. Long Tall Sally blew me away. That was such a One Horse Town. Blackberry Smoke blew me away too. The Tim Tams that was sent to me, loved them, man. Well, they're gone now, but absolutely loved them.
Thank you, Michael, for introducing us to the wonderful world of Tim Tam. Ian, enjoyed that footy video. Danny had a blast doing that.
Yeah, see, and Jeff Beck, Shirley Stratton was so fun to watch. That's me and OJ at the concert. He came here and we went to see Tool live.
Yep.
It was amazing.
One thing, there's a lot of things I will remember about that trip. I just remember between lugging your oxygen tank up like 900 flights of stairs and the fucking the 10 hours I spent walking around in airports, I got more exercise in those days than I did in the entire last year put together. That was...
Nukachu, which one was you talking? You had that on your playlist as well. I'm sorry. When I move, I can't stay in here and move I can't do this without coming to this tab. So when I'm here, I can't see any of you and what you're saying. So I do apologize for that. There's the Angels, Tool, Queensryche, Merle Haggard, Alice in Chains, The Warning, Blackfoot, Train, such a good song. Stone Temple Pilots, that is great right there. It has a rebel flag on it on purpose. That is the Neil Young song Southern Man and the Leonard Skinner song Sweet Home Alabama, and we do both reactions and we tear down the stigma about those two songs because it was never a rivalry. It was Neil Young made a song calling out the entire South calling out many evils calling out everyone for the evil of a few.
Yeah.
And he said he didn't like the words in that song, and Neil Young had actually covered Sweet Home Alabama many times after the passing of the band when they wrecked in the plains. So it's a great documentary. The Annette Nightwish song,
which flew so far under the radar it tunneled underground.
Casey Chambers, Delta Goodman, man, they're both great. Cold Chisel, Merry Go Round, I loved that song. Paul Kelly's Gravy song. Jimmy Barnes, Waylon Jennings, and go ahead.
The Casey Chambers reaction is what introduced us to Michael. Michael, if you watch this, love you, miss you.
Randy Felt Face.
So that's always been an interesting thing about YouTube to me, is that it's almost impossible to predict what's going to do well. With a few exceptions, like
Yeah.
Nightwish and The Warning almost always do really well for the channel, with a couple of exceptions. But like we did a first Randy Felt Face video is like one of our best as far as like duration and watched hours, and like it's still even now is ranking really high. Like, so that first Randy Felt Face video did great. Then we did a second Randy Felt Face video, and I don't even know if that thing's broke 100 views yet. Check that. But
all right, so I wasn't trying to cut you off. There's a Dolly Parton and Olivia Newton-John, which was beautiful, man. That was actually Olivia's last recording that she done before she passed. As far as like, I'm not saying she didn't record anything else, but it was her last, like, whatever you want to call it, public or whatever. What's the word I'm looking for? OGL, like a recording that was released. Anyway. Yeah, I'm overthinking it, man. It's simple. I'm just saying it was the last thing she recorded to put out publicly before she passed. Because she's sitting down in that reaction, but she's a trooper. She does it.
she sounded great. Like her voice still sounded strong. I know her health was failing at that time, but yeah, vocally she still sounded great.
And it's funny that the biggest band on the planet, the Beatles, is the one that only has 90 views. Which I'm not laughing. I'm not a huge Beatles fan, but
yeah, we're not like demanding people watch our stuff, but it's weird that it's hard to, because you would think Beatles, biggest band ever, you'd think they would bring in at least a couple, like 500 views or something. But yeah, 90. Or again, the Randy Felt Face thing, we've got one that did 3,000 views and one that did 108.
Yeah.
How does that even happen? So yeah,
This right here is a documentary on Buddy Holly and Waylon Jennings. Waylon Jennings, before he ever done a stitch of country music, was the bass player for Buddy Holly. And he was supposed to be on that doomed flight, which was The Day the World Died, which was the Big Bopper, Buddy Holly, and an African-American musician that was up on the rise. It seems like there was one more. They all died in that plane crash, and Waylon had the seat that the Big Bopper took. And jokingly, Buddy Holly told Waylon he had to ride they had a broken down motorhome that didn't ride very well. And he said, I hope your bus breaks down on the way picking with Waylon. And Waylon said, yeah, and I hope your plane crashes. So Waylon never did that down until the day he died. It bothered him for the rest
Richie
of his life.
Valens was in that crash too, so wow. Yeah.
Yes, there you go. That was the other one. Richie Valens. Yeah, I mean, all of them died on the day the music died.
Yeah.
That's what that song's about. My, Miss American Pie. I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. On the day the music died.
Ian, I think you're right. All the Aussie artists that we've reacted to, John, Jimmy, they are definitely better live than recorded.
Yeah, that is the one group of Shihad is a great Kiwi band.
Yeah.
The Carpenters. I think Pink Floyd. I forgot what I was saying, man. Totally. Avatar, we did that for the Sweden people in Sweden.
Yep.
Shout
They're
out
a
Sweden.
killer band. Yeah, really like their stuff.
They are.
Really
Carrie
enjoyed doing
Underwood
those.
sings Welcome to the Jungle better than Axl Rose ever did.
Yeah, Axel has not aged well. Like I always say with Jimmy Barnes, like you listen to him young and you're amazed at how well his voice aged. Axel's the opposite. You listen to him and you're like, I know exactly how this man's going to age, and it turned out to be true.
Yes, Megadeth, Grand Funk Railroad. That song right there is so crazy. I can feel him in the morning.
Oh yeah,
that song is insanely weird and good at the same time. It's an anti-war song. This reaction is, oh my God, this is one area. Most of the channel members has been with us for a while. All the ladies still give me a hard time about the whole time. I'm just checking Kate out. That's where I've developed my rivalry with John Stevens.
That is a classic custom creator reaction, no doubt.
Yeah, that 1,000 views don't give it any justice because it means a lot to the. Well, let's see if maybe we won't get copyrighted. Hopefully,
So
I check out
Up
Kate
to-
quite a bit.
I think Danny played me a Silverchair song or two, but yeah, we'll probably end up doing a reaction to them as well because we're looking to do some different Aussie bands.
Silverchair is so good.
Yeah.
Silverchair is so good. I mean, here in the States, we only knew the wait till tomorrow. That. Sorry for singing, but I have learned charismatic. Kate. I think I called her a belly dancer at the beginning of the first reaction, and she ends up kind of like being. I mean, she kind of runs the show, which I know she's married. I mean, I know what it's based upon, and that's great. I also know that the surprise in the end I was told to stick around for is Amazing Grace, and it's amazing. And probably the good part of me not actually recording it is I sang along with Amazing Grace, and it's not very palatable upon your ears. Don't make sense. Anyway, I suck at singing, but I like to do it. I'm not saying I won't, but I was like, I'll open the microphone, and it was way louder than the water. So I did this reaction. Is what I'm talking about is I did this reaction for like 40 minutes long, and I realized when I got done that the only thing that had recorded was my camera. The screen and the music hadn't recorded. Or it had, but it had no sound. So it's just me the whole time. Even like when the music's playing, it's just me breathing up and above. It was one of the. I was rather ill about it.
That's
dude, I know he's supposed to look envious and stuff, but I don't think it was very hard for him to act. Sorry, I stopped it a few times because YouTube makes us. But I just want to be honest. I've already seen this. I love it. John's belt. Oh, dude, I know he's supposed to look envious and stuff, but I don't think it was very hard for him to act. John Stevens, because John Farnham steals the show big time and makes him look like, well, like I'm not going to remember him tomorrow because I didn't want to wake up today. But I remember the other two. I've grown to respect John Stevens, okay? So this was not a thing that kept up, but
Yeah, we did a reaction to one of John Stevens' band songs. It just it got demonetized or copyrighted or some stuff.
and man, all the new members. There's a gentleman from Australia. During the I'm going to show this. He didn't. I'd have to go back and look at his name, but during the last Jimmy Barnes premiere we did, a gentleman from Australia, in the middle of it, just out of nowhere, I didn't know you could do this. He bought 5 memberships for his friends. And our channel, the members we had at that time were just Jennifer, my buddy Jason. Somebody's channel's been deleted. I don't know who that was, but anyway, my mother, Miss Debbie Lawler, and totally, that was Michael, man. I wonder what's wrong with Michael. I hope he's okay. So anyway, welcome to all the new members here, and that was amazing. That just really hurt me just then. Michael is who sent me sorry. Michael is a very special man in Australia who was requested the Casey Chambers reaction, and for his daughters who, so, yeah, Casey Chambers is an Eminem cover. And he had been, had a harder relationship with his daughters, and they wanted to listen to Eminem because their mom let them listen, after, and they had been separated. He told us all this, so it's not a secret. And he got mad and told him to take the CD out because it was cussing, and he didn't like rapping. So they was like, Mom told us you would want us to listen to it, and so he took the CD out and threw it out the window. And then on his way back, so he took the kids back home or whatever, and then he went back and looked for that CD and found it, but it was broken. And like there was a long time, just sore spot about that for a long time, and so he went out of his way and emailed every reactor he could find and begging them to play Casey Chambers. And when I got the email, I just thought it was one of our Aussie subs wanting Casey Chambers, and we'd been wanting to do that anyway. So we did the Casey Chambers reaction, and I told his story, and we become super good friends with him. He sent me an Aussie T-shirt, and the Tim Tams, and just an amazing man. And I don't know why his channel's been deleted. We haven't talked to him in a few days, so I hope and pray he's okay. Anyway, just wanted to share that, I guess. So,
You say his channel's been deleted?
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because it didn't say he canceled. It said the channel was deleted. So anyway, somewhere from 14 to 16. Yeah, that's very true, Ian. Very true. No, I said when they first broke. I thought it said that was the first bloke. We know all about blokes and Sheilas. So that's amazing that someone from Canada here knows about the Australian music, and we think that's beautiful when music crosses divides that it shouldn't, or maybe, or that, it typically wouldn't. I've known the Canadian people and the Aussie people to be very objective. There are a lot of Aussies who only want Aussie music, and I get that. I mean, Jennifer explained that very well to me one time in just a few words. I was like, I don't really understand why Australians label everything Aussie, 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 and they speak for each other and all this. And she's like, Danny's like, we've been over here on this island for so long. We got color TV late. We've always idolized the American people. And it's just like we're over here in the, hey, look at me. And that's like all she needed to say. Like, I understood it then. It's like being far away and just wanting to be noticed. And that's a Perfect Circle, one of my Tool singer for Maynard singer for Tool has a band, Perfect Circle, that sings a song about you were never an island. You're part of this beautiful choir, and I always attribute that to Australia. Six white boomers. Yeah, it's cool. Like that. Like that. Which is an Aussie song. So is there a band, or did I miss it? I'm sorry. Were you familiar with the Canadian folk song a while ago? I never did come back and look at the comments. Man, I done forgot it now. What the heck? I'll look it up on my phone. Hold on. I'm still on my personal account here. Hey, Danny. Well, I'm just going to bob up. It says Maynard Keenan, an not aneurysm, anagram for Maynard Keenan. Keenard annoyed.
Keenard.
I forgot it was even on here, man. I wasn't trying to do that for views. I'm gonna look that up real quick. So the
It's two names. It's blank and blank, but yeah, I can never remember either.
yeah. Well, now you got me thinking city and color. Man, I love the thumbnail. We spent a long time on the thumbnail for this live stream. My God. I mean, you wouldn't even believe how long we spent for the thumbnail of this live stream.
I think it was around 2 o'clock we decided we were going to do a live stream, and yeah, you were basically working on the thumbnail for an hour and some change.
I'm very happy with it. Hey, 1,500 subscribers. Shout out. We love you guys. Oh my God, that's it.
Yeah.
That is, man, you don't even. I can't even put it into words. We were tech stupid and broke. We had no idea what we were doing when this started. Yeah, we have bought new computers now, and luckily I was a screw up my whole life, and I became a screw up on drugs and addict before I had a chance to ruin my credit. So I guess, I got out of jail in 2015 from a meth lab and I've changed my life. And I still do drugs because I got my name on the bottle. I think that's a little hypocritical, but to say I'm sober, but I'm legally sober. And yeah, man, I'm trying to thought, completely lost what I was saying.
But okay, so I'd mentioned the first John Farnham reaction. When we first did that, we had under 500 subs. So I remember our goal was to get to 1,000 subs, get ourselves monetized, and we scraped and clawed. As like you said, broken tech stupid. That is still true. We've got some debts to pay off for all the new equipment that we bought. No regrets. I'm super happy that we bought it. This new computer's sweet. New desk can be put together soon.
You ain't put it together yet.
Yeah, trying to clear up some space. But yeah, it's no regrets whatsoever. But it's been a journey, and it's had its ups and downs, but mostly ups. The downs are just there to catch our breath and gain our perspective, and then on to the next step. So yeah, we were stoked when we got 1,000. 1,500's even more amazing.
I even got kicked out of Big Lots.
Oh my God!
Absolutely nothing. The law had to escort me out of Big Lots, which is a cheap store, if you guys don't know. And I had my oxygen with me and everything, and they called the freaking law, man. And I done paid off a lease there and everything. I have no idea. Okay, so that is Fraser and DeBalt.
Fraser and DeBalt. Okay.
Fraser and DeBalt. Don't Let Me Down is a man. See, I remember now about the thank you, Ian and Nutchup.
That too.
Yeah, there you go. That was an accident. I got no teeth, but I'm gonna blame it on. Yeah, I got out and changed my life, and had to learn how to relive. The only way I knew how to meet a girl was, hey, I got a bag of dope. You want to hang out? And I didn't know how to interact with regular life without, being high and I learned that slowly, very slowly, and it was a process. But the one thing, the hardest drug I ever quit was cigarettes. And anybody says cigarettes ain't a drug, then they obviously have no experience with addiction. Cigarettes and coffee, those Cokes he drinks. He's never done a drug in his life. Well, he did eat a cookie while he was here with me. But other than that, which it's legal, by the way, in the state above us. But anyway, I changed my life and found reaction channels through a friend of mine that had ended himself, if you will. YouTube don't like that word, on my birthday. And took his, ended himself, and he left a note in his pocket that said, listen to the song Alice in Chains, Don't Follow, don't feel bad about this. And it's basically essentially say goodbye, don't follow is what the purpose of the song is. And that is what led me to reaction channels. And I got Ben and Sori and a man named Sebs Duran to play that for my birthday react to it in memory of my father who passed on my birthday, and my friend who also passed on my birthday. So that's what led us here, and I found the charismatic voice, and they taught me how to pick up my instrument again and play, because when I got in a wreck, I had the carpal tunnel surgery on my, trachea put in my throat, broke a lot of my ribs in my back, my leg, and all my teeth got knocked out, and have carpal tunnel surgery on both wrists. And and I have end-stage COPD. You only have 16% lung function. So I only say all that. Thank you about that. Yep, Alice in Chains was very powerful, and I commend Lane Staley for being open and honest about his addiction and not hide it like the rest of them. And he is demonized for that, but that's another story. So I put my guitar down and wouldn't sing, which was my medicine. It's how I cope with my mental health, is music. And when I couldn't sing the way I sang before, and I couldn't play because my hands hurt and such, and I didn't have the oxygen to do it, it really sent me into a downward spiral, if you will, a depression. And the charismatic voices who helped me pick the instrument back up and start singing. I do karaoke now every weekend with them. And just put out the song Last Kiss, first song I ever learned how to play.
Last Kiss, first song.
I'll play it. Well, I'll put you back, OGL, sorry. I take these off. Around a date and my daddy's called. OGL, where's the damn? Get that thing back. How I had the rhythm now. So I changed the words and the structure of the song. You know, traditionally it was played one way, but let me just play the one that I did. How about that? It's funny when you can't, if you play instruments, you know that you can't get the rhythm down sometimes, especially when it's different until you hear it correctly. And this was the way this channel was started, was me trying to do art. There it is. And let other people know that it was okay if you have a disability to still share your art. So that was the purpose of it.
I think the message of the channel is one that should be heard.
We were out all day in my dad's car. That's all I needed.
100%, Ian.
We were out on a date in my daddy's car. I didn't think we had driven all that far. Well, there in the road it was straight ahead. The car was stalled, the engine was dead. Well, there in the road, even though I swerved the right, never. I couldn't stop, even though I swerved right. I'll never forget all the sounds I heard that night from the screaming tires and the busting glass. The painful scream I will remember last. Where can my baby be? Lord, please don't tell me you took her from me. When I woke up, the rain was pouring down, and there were people, they were standing all around. Something warm was running through my eyes. Somehow I still found my baby that night. So I lifted her head and she looked at me and said, I love you, darling, but I don't want to be dead. I held her close, kissed her heartless kiss. I knew I would find the woman I miss. But now she's gone, even though I hold her tight. I lost my love, so I've lost my life. Oh God, please, won't you tell me where she'll be? If you're gonna deal, Lord, you can have me. Please, God, will you let my baby stay? You can take me away. We were out a day in my daddy's car. I didn't think that we had driven that far. Sorry, I screwed that up about 7 times.
That's live music for you, though, brother.
I like the arrangement. That song's always been very upbeat and happy sounded to be such a very sad song, you know. So
I think
thought
that's.
it needed.
I think that it's intentional. The songwriting is designed to where, like, this person is trying to find some kind of joy in the idea of working their way back to their beloved. But yeah, that also does leave an opening, though, for a cover that kind of embraces the darkness of the lyrics.
Yeah, I wish I knew someone who was an actual musician, and I could, you know, they could take that composition and make a.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you tech issues. Danny, you're frozen there, brother. Oh, I can't believe it's frozen. Yeah, this is story of our lives, tech issues. But if anything, I've always sort of felt that what success we have in the channel, like there's channels that have videos that have 15,000 views on average. We haven't had one hit 10,000 or 10,000 yet. But you got one guy who's got a terminal illness. One guy who before this was a terminal introvert, I guess. Didn't even never even thought about being on YouTube or anything like that. So the fact that the two of us have been able to make this channel and Danny made it, but the fact that we've been able to take it as far as we have, we're proud of it.
Hey,
Hey,
my internet went out, man. I thought they, I thought they took me down, man, for singing that song.
I almost like tech issues. That's if anything is the story of our channel, it's that.
Yeah, it's tech issues. Yes, it is. I didn't make this channel no more than you did, OGL.
Eh, try to do my part.
You've been the who I bounced ideas off of since day one. So
I like to think of myself as playing many roles: co-reactor, idea board, occasionally, occasionally a wallet. It's
we
been
have
a hell of
to
been a hell of a journey. Still
we
is.
have two we have two videos that are like how we met, but there's a lot of adult language and such on them because these are just if any of you are familiar with Facebook and Messenger, you can leave little voice recordings and you can leave little 30-second videos that you send to each other and such, and that's how me and him's been communicating forever. We didn't meet for a long time until he just came here recently in person because he lives in Indiana and I'm in North Carolina. So it's just a compilation of all that put together, and it is really really funny, and it shows you how I mean I used to lay my phone in front of a TV and record a song, and then I would put it on a TV and I would record myself reacting to it, and then I would go into a little tiny app on the phone and put my picture and then like, extract that audio out of the video that I took laying in front of the phone. Anyway, and line all this up together to make a reaction. And back then I used to say, "Hey, it ain't that hard." And looking back on it now, oh my God,
Yeah, there's
it was,
so many moving parts in that. Yeah, there's tech was primitive, but again, you did a lot with a very primitive setup. I think some of those like top 10 lists and stuff that you did previously, I think those are some underrated videos. The top commercials, for instance, from the 80s and 90s, I thought that was a great video.
No, that one sucked. That was a really bad one. You're talking about the top sitcom songs.
Yeah.
Top 20 sitcom like Airwolf and Sanford and Son and Saved by the Bell, and it's got all those songs, man. Songs that really reminded me of my childhood. So I'm showing my age right now, I know, but I'm sure most of these are American shows, I guess. One thing about it is it's so diverse in America that it's hard to look at anything as American here anyway, because, well, first of all, what's that saying I had that all of us are different and half of us are you?
Yep.
And that goes to any country because literally, there are, I ain't saying it's good or bad, but there are every culture everywhere. I mean, when you go into a convenience store in the morning with people going to work, if you sit outside and look into the window, you'll see Latino people and Canadians and Australians and people seriously from Africa and African Americans and Asians, and I mean just everywhere. It's nothing for me to go in a convenience store and there be 3 different languages being taught in the convenience store while I'm in there. It's
not Q, like 49 Q. So
yeah.
5-0s are creeping up on us. But no, like on the way to walking to like a mall, there's like I'll pass an Oriental restaurant, and then a little bit ways down I'll pass a Hispanic restaurant. It's just this is just like a 20-minute walk down to Albany.
A good example. You live in New Albany, Indiana, and I live in North Carolina, Salisbury, or Granite Quarry, north of Charlotte, north of Ric Flairville. Ooh, and we're probably 400 miles apart, 6-hour drive. And when he got here, he said it was like another world. It's like going to a different world. And we're not that far apart, so it's hard for us to speak for each other in any kind of way. And when we hear that Americans are insular, which I would think the same thing. So don't get me wrong. I would absolutely think the same thing if I was on the outside looking in. But and I have enjoyed now looking up the geography of all these other cultures. But as far as being exposed to the cultures, I've been exposed to many cultures most of my life, so it isn't that I don't want to know about other cultures because I find them fascinating and honorable, and actually a lot of them, I think, represent the American Constitution better than America does. So, if that makes any sense, the good parts of it, the good values, I think other countries practice it better than we do. We do not practice what we preach here, and it's just the truth. I'm not ashamed to say it. We also bury everything we do wrong and showcase everything we do right. In Germany, for instance, they take their kids on field trips, not to a park or something. They take them to the old concentration camps, and they show them everything that went wrong, because history will repeat itself if you forget it. And I think it's way more important to understand your wrongdoings, your shortcomings, than focus on what you do right. So.
Yeah, I think there's a fine line to be walked there. I definitely think awareness of the past is necessary, as well as like looking into everything that caused that. It's just again looking at the events leading up to World War II, for instance. There's so many moving parts involved in that, but you definitely want to have a realistic view of where you're from, not blinded by nationalism, so to speak, or like hyper nationalism. But you also want to make sure you don't create a culture of guilt either, because that can be used to control people as well. That's what religion does so well.
There's a great meme about Canada. It said, Canadians must feel like they live upstairs from a meth lab. Like, I thought that was so funny. And a few of the Canadians on the Charismatic Voice was like, well, sometimes we gotta do, like it's gonna blow up at any second, All these crazy people down here. I don't mind laughing at it at all. I love my country, but I do not love the powers that are in control. The powers that, basically, the political, the institutional, the educational, and the religious.
Yep.
Those are the four horsemen of the apocalypse, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
They all need restructuring everywhere. Big Pharma is the biggest drug dealer in America, by far. Because sometimes when you're buying drugs off the black market, your dealer runs out.
Yeah.
Pharmacies always got it on time. They're never late. So
the thing you did before the Rock Quarry video, or in the middle of it, like, officer, I used to be on meth, but now you give me Adderall legally. So.
Yeah, but I'm not on meth no more, officer, because you give me Adderall legally, so I do not need to know how to find it. I'm saying all that like I'm trying to cover for OGL as he's in the Rock Quarry taking videos, which that's on there too. It's a great video.
Definitely check that out. The Rock Quarry is a beautiful place. Absolutely
beautiful place.
I actually brought a bunch of rocks home from it. So.
Well, there's no copyright on that. We could actually watch that, but I'm not sure everybody would want to. But anyway, he's technically breaking the law, even though my uncle used to work there, and nobody goes in there, and it's really cause of danger. They don't want people in there, and partying, and a lot of kids have got hurt swimming in these quarry holes, and so I mean. And I had talked to some workers, and they're like, "Yeah, man, go in there and film. Just don't bring a bunch of people with you or nothing." And they don't say nothing. And I called the corporate office several times, tried to get a hold of him. Anyway, so he was technically breaking the law. I think first time OG had ever actually lived out the Judas Priest song, breaking the law.
First time in a long time. I shoplifted when I was 18. So when I was like, yeah.
Anthony Hopkins made a movie about World War II.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite actors, man. I love Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. He always delivers, no matter what.
And there's a good example of the the way we don't think of things as a what I'm trying to say is I have no idea where Anthony Hopkins is from.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's from. I have no idea. If Anthony Hopkins made a special or something and he talked about where he was from, I would respect his culture and where he's from, but his acting makes no difference to me where he's from. I could care less. He's still going to be Anthony Hopkins to me, whether I find out he was born in Russia or born under a tree or on Mars like Elon Musk. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying that
He's Welsh, actually.
Oppenheimer, I heard about that. Is that the scandal in Hollywood thing movie?
No, that's the one about the guy who made the atomic bomb.
No, I'm talking about the island and all that, the elites, and I'm not going to say it because it's...
Yeah, that's not Oppenheimer. That's
Okay,
wasn't
but
that the
that ain't
Sound of Freedom? That's what that.
yeah,
was.
The Sound of Freedom. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. Anthony Hopkins is British. See, there you go. That's cool. Yeah, we have a lot of people in friends that are British, and we had a very good friend Kevin. I haven't talked to him in a while. Who lived? Wait a minute. Is London British?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure. Yeah, he lived right in London. He could literally show me the London Bridge out the window. So it was amazing, and you know, I've been a little worried about him too. So we truly care about people we get to know on the channel because, well, I mean, why not? I mean, that's not something to pat me on the head for or something. I mean, it's just being a good human, you know, loving my neighbor or whatever.
And I think one of the good things about, like, obviously we want the channel to be as big as possible. We'd love to have 1 million subs and hundreds of patrons and all that. But no matter how hard you try, it is harder to give people that individual personal attention when you've got all those people. So that's one thing I like about this stage of the channel's growth is that we can talk to you guys individually and
at 1,500 subs we have still, and I don't know how long we're going to be able to keep this up, but to this point, unless there's one we've missed somewhere, there is not a comment on any video out of 278 videos where we have not replied.
Okay, so
personally,
I have noticed there are a couple, but it's literally in the single digits. Like, okay. I don't think I'd even need two hands to count. But yeah, like, that's just, it's usually ones that have a whole bunch of comments and we miss like that. But like, yeah, we definitely tried to answer every single comment that comes through. So.
Well, now you're gonna make me want to go back and go through each video because I use the studio that tells me what comments haven't been replied to, and I'm assuming it's an AI, so it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And some of the videos have the Australian people and the warning and the Nightwish. Wow, there are some engaging fans, and yes, I love that. I mean,
we love that.
Yeah. Love that
because we learn so much from the comments.
Marillion has a smaller fan base. I don't know why, because Hogarth and
Rothery.
Rothery, man, they were so good. Yeah. Oh man, the whole band's good. That is an amazing band. Marillion are. I've never seen anyone put so much, I don't want to say emotion, to act the part out more than Hogarth. Hogarth is
he's literally got his whole body engaged.
I don't want to say he puts everything into it. I mean, because there are singers that do that. I don't really know how to explain what I'm saying. He with his body movements, and I mean, he just and it's like there's no shame there because some of it don't look good, and it's
he's living the song as much as he's singing.
Tremble his lips and just totally vulnerable.
Yeah,
very vulnerable singer who will. All right, where's the fun fact here? Thank you, Ian. Wow. Hey man, that's great, man.
Yep.
I mean, it's not great that they have the technical difficulties, but you know, those girls. I have, and I do not mean to compare people to Tool. I really don't. Tool is a very introspective band, and on purpose, they will put out titles and things to sway people away who probably are not open-minded. So this is a purposeful thing. But the band sings about life and emotions, and there really isn't a situation you could probably go through in life where there isn't a Tool song that sings about it and around it, but not directly references it. So it gives you your own. I was at 99 Ozfest too, my friend. Yeah, that was a great show. I seen it in Greensboro. So, but yeah, Tool is for instance, like the Patient. The Patient is a song that, because OGO didn't really like Tool. I mean, he said, Maynard, don't sing loud, and his voice is under the damn music. Couldn't stand it, you know. So that's why I had him start reacting to him. but you know, same as I have been closed-minded towards certain things, man. Our mind opens every day more and more. Our third eye, if you will, opens every day more and more. And ego will never go away, but I try to keep ego in check, which just recently lost control of that, and I put a video on about that. But what was I looking up, man? What was I looking up? Oh, the lyrics to The Patient. Just want to read them. Tool, The Patient, the lyrics. What in the world, man? I hate Wikipedia, man. I freaking hate you, Wikipedia. I cannot stand Wikipedia. I have a love-hate love, if you will, to let me quote Alice in Chains, relationship with Wikipedia. What in the world am I doing, OGO?
I'm not sure. What in the world are you doing?
No, I mean, I'm looking. I know what I'm doing, but I got it.
David Pola, today. Danny Boy by
Can you
Judith
see this?
Durham.
Oh, yeah, Judith is my girl, man. The Seekers. We have several. The Tool Patient's reaction. Not reaction, man, son of a. Yeah, Judith is amazing. Tool, The Patient, lyrics. Yes,
Here are
Judith,
the lyrics to The Patient by Tool.
Judith Durham is amazing. So, big words he uses, but I think that's on purpose. A groan of tedium escapes me, startling the fearful. Is this a test? It has to be. Otherwise, I can't go on. Draining patience and draining vitality. This paralyzed vampire acts a little old. But I'm still right here, giving blood, keeping faith. Wait it out. Gonna wait it out. Wait it out. Be patient. If there were no rewards to reap or no loving embrace to see me through, this tedious path I've chosen here, I certainly would have walked away by now. Gonna wait it out. If there were no desire to heal the damaged and broken met alone, this tedious path I've chosen here, I certainly would have walked away by now. And I still may. I still may. Be patient. I must keep reminding myself of this. If there were no rewards to reap, I must keep reminding myself of this. No loving embrace to see me through. The tedious path I've chosen, I certainly would have walked away by now. And I still may. I'm going to wait it out, though. So, OGL takes care of his mother a lot. And I didn't put that on the stage. I'm such an idiot. but the song is about be patient because you are the patient. We have a Slipknot reaction too. I love Slipknot. Corey Taylor's the man. I love. Hey, Dave. Dave's a member of our. I think that's the same David. Is a member of our Discord.
And
He
Dave,
takes care of his mother. Okay.
got your request.
Greg here takes care of his mother all the time, and he works his butt off it. Manager at McDonald's, been there for a long time, and still takes the time to do this with me, and he only gets 30% of the money. So, but he's definitely 50% of the channel. So the song "The Patient" is about being patient, as you are the patient, and even if you're with a patient, like so if somebody's sick and you sit there and you take the time to take care of them, you got to be patient because sometimes you just want to walk away. It's frustrating and hard. But if there was no loving embrace to see you through, then you would have walked away by now. And Maynard puts things in a great way. I still may walk away, but I must keep reminding myself to wait it out. And no rewards to reap. So yeah, I mean, it's just beautiful, man. It's hard for me not to compare sometimes because it's not a disrespectful thing. It's literally have changed my life. I mean, I got tool all over me. I got tattoos, and it's not because of, hey man, the music's so good. It's more about the way it's pointed out, and there's so many people that it helps you acknowledge certain things that people don't like to talk about, like thoughts in your head, or like most people don't talk about taking care of their mom. That sometimes it pisses them off and they just want to leave and scream and not do it no more. Or your kids aggravate you and you want to throw one of them out the car window. I don't mean that. YouTube that was analogy. You want to, sometimes you want to give up on things that you love and you don't, because it takes patience, and that's just one example. I don't know why I went there. I'm sorry, guys, but
What Danny's saying is when he compares a band to Tool, that's the highest compliment he can give.
yeah, thank you.
Very welcome.
Those
I don't
guys
know if
are
we
very
mentioned
humble.
this, but we saw Tool.
Oh, the warning. The warning. The reason why they work so hard and they put so much into it, and those girls are so dedicated. That reminds me of Tool, because it took them 13 years to release their last album, which knocked Taylor Swift off #1, by the way. Last rock and roll band to release an album that debuted at #1. Proud of my voice, but just for knocking Taylor Swift off, if nothing else.
Yeah.
But the warning is they put the work in, and they deserve more credit than they get. They deserve their song to have all the views Oliver Anthony's did, because in my opinion, his song was a one-hit wonder and a flash, and really was politically motivated. And I'll go on record saying that, but if the words in his song rang true, and every song after that didn't start promoting a message about the things he talked about in that song that he didn't want, then I wouldn't be saying this. So, but, yeah. Anyway, it upset me that song got so much recognition, and there are so many artists out there that don't even make it big that are probably better than a lot of the artists that are. And
Yeah, it was just a song that was, I think, popularized because of the time it came out. Because the stuff he was singing about in there is stuff that people have been singing about for decades.
so many, but Sturgill Simpson, man, Sturgill
Yeah.
Simpson is amazing. Sturgill Simpson is the best country music artist out there right now. But yet they won't play him on the radio. None of them. Not one country music station in the United States of America will play Sturgill Simpson. And that is just terrible. He's won 7 Grammys in country music. He's won rock and roll Grammys too. But yeah, he's not good enough to be on the radio. Makes me wonder. That's why we do the outlaw country music or the older country, because it wasn't edited then. And nowadays it is. And that's the only kind of music I know of. I mean, every other kind of music known to man, any blues or R&B or every kind of thousand genres of metal and rock, or they're not editing into what they say. They'll put a parental advisory sticker on it, or certain songs won't get played on the radio, like Daddy from Korn or something like that won't get played on the radio, of course. But yeah, you can sing about whatever you want on the radio, man. I mean, we did a big documentary on Ozzy Osbourne, and we did the song Black Sabbath the first time. And that was our first time hearing it, actually, because I just thought it was a self-titled album. I didn't know there was a song. And we talk about the Satanic Panic in America and how it affected metal and all around the world. Iron Maiden and bands got demonized for it.
But they also got free press.
Yeah, and they lay into dark imagery, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't know anybody that changed their life through some big, great turnaround and made their life better without something dark and evil happening.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
it took that evil to make something beautiful.
But the actual outreach of the Satanic Panic, and it's like a lot of the stuff it entailed, I don't think a lot of people know that. So again, recommend checking that video out, just because again, as a metal fan for a long time, I was aware of the Satanic Panic. I knew about a lot of aspects of it, but even I didn't know how deep it went, as far as pulling kids out of school and teachers getting fired and stuff like this. Just a lot of.
I can't buy into this world needing to get rid of evil. And hear me out now, okay? Say a family has a daughter who is a ice skating prodigy, and she's already going to be the GOAT, and everybody knows it, and her whole life's planned out, and she falls and breaks her legs in a way that cripples her, and she can't do this thing, and everybody sees it as the devil did it or something, or evil, all this. Well, if that kid takes that and 10 years later builds a prosthetic that allows every other kid it's choking me up, allows every other kid from there on to do that thing, even with the disability, then that evil event that the devil caused made one of the most beautiful things ever and allowed everyone else from that time on to go on. So just because something seems evil at the time doesn't mean it is. A seed cannot sprout in the light. A seed has to sprout in the dark, and it finds its way to the light, but it never takes its roots out of the dark.
That is the sad thing about eradicating evil, is that we're never going to be able to agree on what evil is. Some of the biggest atrocities in the world were committed by people trying to eradicate evil. The Crusades come to mind. But like you said, this actress Nicole Kidman was going to be a ballerina, and she blew her knee out. So she ended up becoming an actress, and she probably got more notoriety and was able to reach more people as an actress than she ever would have as a ballerina. So there are a lot of musical artists. I can't think of any right off the bat that were considering different careers, and something happened that pushed them into music and end up so something, just because something takes you from the path that you think was the only one doesn't mean it's evil. Just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's evil. Just because something seems bad in the short term doesn't mean it's going to be bad in the long term. So,
and there is a vice versa, because something seems good, like an institution on the corner that promotes that they do everything for good, and come here and we'll connect you with a higher power. If you don't subscribe to that institution around here where I live, then you're labeled an atheist, and it hurts my soul, because I am very close with my spirituality to the infinite, to my Creator. And I am thankful for this beautiful world I live in. And even with this disease that I can't breathe, I appreciate every breath I can take. I'm not complaining about every breath I can't. But I think that that is sad because there are so many people who can live great lives and love life and everything life entails, who are labeled bad people because they don't sign up to a certain institution. And like, I love my country, but I don't agree with politics. I love a lot of the things in the Bible and other religious texts, but I don't subscribe to religion. I think medicine's important, but I don't subscribe to Big Pharma. I think education's important, but I don't think the educational system is updated and doing a good job. So, in America. So, you know, that's, oh man.
As Waylon Jennings said, be careful of something that's just what you want it to be.
Yeah. That's very true. I loved Waylon. Waylon's a good guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
People are waking up. I don't know how long it'll let us stream, but I have not. And by the way, you gentlemen that's been here with us the whole time, thank you very much. You have spent your entire night with us, or morning, or whatever time it is where you are. It don't matter. That don't matter.
We've enjoyed your company.
Man, I'm telling you.
Thank you. Otherwise, we'd just be talking to ourselves and each other.
How many Pink Floyd fans we got? We got any Pink Floyd fans in the house? We just did a great documentary on Sid Barrett and his mental health issues, and really a sad story there. Because I absolutely love Pink Floyd. Yeah, I do too. I learned to play a few songs on the guitar, and I can even play the riff for Time, and I think Time is one of the most well-written, greatest songs of all time, because it kind of it describes life in a great way. You're busy, frittering around and wasting time, and the sun's just coming around to catch up with you again, and one day you find out 10 years have passed you by. And that last part I didn't get for a long time. It's one of the things I was talking about. You can know a song your whole life and just really get it later in life, because home again. I like to be here when I can. When I come home cold and tired, I like to rest my bones beside the fire. But far away across the field, the tolling of that iron bell calls the faithful to their needs to hear the softly spoken magic spell. I know what that is about now. That's about these institutions that are using the prayer, and you know, and that's a great thing if people do. I see that as hypocrisy, because if you say that everything's planned out and God has a plan, if you're praying to God to do something for you, then you're questioning that plan, and you're literally asking for that plan to be changed because you know better. And that's just my view on it. I think if you're talking to your creator, it should be a personal thing. I'm saying. So
Let me know if you froze there for a second. I was like, did the creator intervene?
Possibly. That gut feeling, though, that gut feeling is what I believe the language of the divine is. Everybody on earth has that gut feeling, and no doctor's ever been able to explain it. Ever. Nobody, no theologian, no scientist, nobody has ever been able to explain that gut feeling. Evil people have it, good people, no matter what language you speak, no matter where you're born, everybody gets that gut feeling that tells you, and usually it was right. When you don't listen to it, you go back and like, man, I should listen to my gut. I knew not to do that. Man, I told myself that was the right thing to do, you know. I've never heard a lot of people say that, man, you're clicking or something, man. Like, what are you doing? Oh, Jill.
Just rolling the mouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never heard people say that their gut feeling told them to go do something terrible. They should have listened to it. That's sixth sense. There you go. That's exactly right. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm glad you're wearing a hat, bud. That's that's cool, man. I like that.
Need to get some
Yeah.
more, but yeah, I definitely need to shave my head though.
Um, you think I'll run them all off if I play Wish You Were Here?
Let's try.
That,
See what happens. We'll
that
never
was
know until we try.
that was for Sid Barrett. Um, Beautifully written song. I love that song. I think I think it's funny how David and Roger always bicker and always have over which one is pink. But that song, Have a Cigar, is actually not sung by David Gilmour or Roger Waters.
Yeah.
It's sang by, what's his name?
Roy Harper.
Roy Harper, yeah. The which he kind of emanates both because I always was trying to figure out who is the one singing that song. Come to find out, Roger Waters or David Gilmour never put one vocal in it. It was a dude they knew from down the street, who done it pro bono, and now he didn't get any royalties for it, and it become one of the greatest songs ever. So he probably wasn't very happy about that.
Oh yeah. Never know at the time.
No different than when Eddie Van Halen snuck off to do the solo for Michael Jackson's "Beat It," and done it royalty free, basically behind the backs of Van Halen, so it caused him a lot of trouble. But he still didn't make no money off of it. But that shows the diversity right there. That's one of the greatest rock and roll songs ever, in my opinion, was "Beat It," and definitely one of the greatest guitar solos ever.
The funny thing is, Beat It's a pop song, but it's got two of the greatest guitarists on there, like Steve Lukather from Toto and Eddie Van Halen. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson went on to do a song with Slash too, Black and White. So, yeah. Mike knows a good guitarist when he hears one.
Yeah.
He might know a thing or two about music.
Slash is amazing, man. Amazing. Velvet Revolver, I enjoyed that band too. I mean, Slash is recently done when Gary Rosington passed away for Skinner. He played the part for Freebird.
Oh, okay. That's
And
cool.
man, that was beautiful. I don't even know if there's a video of it. I just know that they done it, and that was a beautiful. But we have a question here. So, is it still the consensus throughout the world that two of the greatest mainstream songs that still hold up to this day, especially the is Freebird and Stairway to Heaven? Those two songs, when I was growing up, a lot of people argued which one was better, and not saying they're the greatest songs ever. I'm just saying that they're very worldwide known. Freebird for that dual guitar solo, as Elizabeth Jarrell pointed out.
Guitar duet.
I always thought that was just a solo, but it's really not. It's them intertwining the guitars.
What Skinner did as good as anybody ever has and ever will.
And they're a very positive band who grew up with some of the greatest African American artists ever who influenced them. The Swampers. Oh my God, that story about Muscle Shoals. Man, if you guys don't know, just look up a documentary on it. You can't see it in Australia for some reason. I don't know why. On Muscle Shoals and the Swampers. This little band done. They have worked with everyone from Bob Seger to Percy Sledge to Aretha Franklin to I can't even name all the bands that they have worked with. I mean, you just have to watch the documentary, and it's in that song "Sweet Home Alabama." And Muscle Shoals has got swampers. They've been known to pick a song too. Lord, they get me all so much. Pick me up when I'm feeling blue, and that's this boy isn't on any recognition. And what was the artist that called down after they played the backing on "Respect" from Aretha Franklin and "When a Man Loves a Woman," Percy Sledge, and this was all in Alabama, in the heart of the Wallace thing, where segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. The punk. So, that's what they mean by in Birmingham, they love the governor. Boo, boo, boo.
Yeah.
Because right down the road in a little studio, there were some of the greatest artists in the world collaborating with each other, and no one seen color. And it was a beautiful thing. But when they'd go out to eat or something, then everybody'd stare at them, and it was terrible, Slash did a song with Chris Cornell. Oh, my goodness. Maynard has sang with Chris Cornell, Please Love and Understand. And we have two Chris Cornell reactions. I think when Chris Cornell done the song Metallica's one, the lyrics to the music of U2's one, that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. That man had a way of oh wow, cool. And I found out that yeah, it is mind blowing actually. Even the little white boy drummer that Aretha Franklin's husband flew down from New York and wasn't used to seeing white and black people work together and get along. And he told Aretha, you're going to come home or else. And she went there and flew home, but ended up coming back. But before they left, the drummer who her husband called out for supposedly flirting with her, goofy white boy, went to the motel, and him and her husband fought all over the motel before he left. That's where it comes from. RESPECT. Find out what that means to me. Suck it to him, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me. He told me about the fight that happened. It was amazing. Oh, yeah, the mind-blowing thing with Chris Cornell and one. Sorry, I thought that was so good. And I think his rendition of the Sinead O'Connor and Prince song.
Nothing compares to you.
Yeah, I think it's better than either one of them. And I love both of their versions. They're great, but I think Chris Cornell's version is better. I really do. I didn't really like Soundgarden that much, though.
No.
I really enjoyed Audio Slave, though. Tom Morello was roommates with Adam Jones, the guitar player from Tool. So I'm a big Tom Morello fan, who sings a song with Bruce Springsteen, actually. That was really good,
that was
man.
a good song, yeah.
That's the first time I ever heard Tom Morello sing. Yeah, The Ghost of Tom Joad, that's right.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, so the Aussie TV. When Dirty Deeds has always been one of my favorite AC/DC songs. And also, to Maynard from Tool, that's one of his biggest influences was Bon Scott. So, but the that line, right out of the sunset with a color TV screen, I never knew what that meant. But Australia didn't get color TV till 75, I think, or it was 68 here. So when they got the color TV, then they got to see their band right off under a color TV screen. That was so cool to learn that. That was, and the Billie Jean is amazing too. Yes, I've heard that one. That is so powerful, man. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. I don't want to even. I don't know about the stuff with the kids and stuff. I have no idea. I know that it's something that I wasn't there, so I'm not going to judge it. It didn't look good, no. Also, though, he never got to have a childhood, so I don't know. He was a weird guy, but he was a great singer and performer, maybe the greatest performer of all time.
Yeah, but just with his childhood, he had no chance of growing up normal ever. Like he was groomed for show business since he was like 5. So yeah,
John Farnham started way too early, or had to start too early. Hank Williams Jr. They put him on the road at 8 years old, dressed him up as his daddy. So all these people that had lost their childhood, it's hard to put ourselves in their situation.
Yeah.
So it really is.
I'm glad that there are
And
stories
and,
like
and
that.
Pearl Jam was another band. Eddie Vedder was someone OGL didn't really like, but now he totally respects him. If you know anything about Eddie, when he starts climbing, watch out. He will climb
Yeah.
anything.
Well,
But
it's
Pearl
just
Jam, yeah, Mother Love Bone too. That was actually the very first reaction I ever done. That was the first time I
Yep,
ever done a reaction was to Mother Love Bone because I used to just create documentaries and stuff before reactions. And so Andrew Wood, the song by 74.7475. Yeah, I have Australian Channel 9, subscribe to it. They're Australian, sorry. I mean, no, it's Australian. Now that gets on my nerves when I hear people Australian. It's Australian, damn it. And blokes and Sheilas. But Pro Jam was like my first newer rock and roll love. I could play several Pro Jam songs. I enjoy it. It was just so felt real. And I really don't like the label grunge either. I thought that was a label. I thought the only band that was actually grunge was Nirvana. And I'll save my opinions because Mama told me not to say nothing. If I have nothing good to say about it, so I don't say nothing. So I'm not going to say anything about Nirvana, but they changed music. I will say that. But Alice in Chains was not grunge. That's as metal as it gets, man. They're a rock and roll band. They've never been grunge. Pearl Jam, I don't think was grunge. Now I've grown to love grunge as a saying, but it's still a label. Either way you want to look at it.
It was more again. It was more for the purpose of marketing than anything.
Yeah, and you had the '70s where everybody was getting high and fornicating before diseases and all that, like Freddie Mercury and what happened to him. And then you had the '80s where these children of them people were glorifying it and singing and everything was happy. And then you had the '90s where when everybody started coming down and it got out of control and the terrible parts of the drug scene, the hippie scene. You had those kids growing up in broken homes, and that's who started making that music. And that's why it resonated with everybody so much, and that's why it's so dark. And we lost most of those singers to it. But they laid down a light to shine on the road for others to not follow that path. And I love that. I think that's very important. Chris Cornell being a huge member. Chris Cornell's story is even more sad because of how many years he went sober. And then for whatever, I've heard some conspiracy stories. I don't know what happened. I heard this something about asphyxiation and him being into it or something, and that's what happened. But I don't know. I just know the man had a little bit of Klonopin in his system, which ain't nothing. But it may have broke him to know that he, sometimes when you fall off the wagon, you get injured and you don't have a chance to get back on it. So.
Well, with Chris, he had a number of mental health issues as well. Like a lot of people don't know, he had anorexia, which I think is something people think that only women get, but Chris had that as well. And I think he actually ended up, getting into cooking, like becoming a chef or whatnot, to sort of help deal with that. So I mean, it's just a combination of things. Usually, when someone gets involved with some kind of an addictive substance, it's to mask something, or to it's sort of like to medicate something away. So it sucks though, because again, he was just a very gifted artist that the world lost, and he really seemed to want to have a good go at it. He really seemed to be trying, and not to cast aspersions on the dead, but I said this shit about him when he was alive too. Kurt just blew his head off seemingly right off the bat because he didn't like the way things were going.
Easy community guidelines.
Yeah.
And I respect Kurt Cobain. Look, here we go. I have a thing on here called the Trio of Talents.
Yeah.
And it's one of my most prized documentaries I made, music documentaries, and it's 3 parts. It's Lane Staley, Chris Cornell, and Kurt Cobain. And if you want to see how much respect I have for Kurt Cobain, those 3. And they actually lead into each other quite well. Lane Staley's first, And at the end of his part, he's singing the song River of Deceit. And we know Chris Cornell also sang for Mad Season, and he done that song as well. So the video literally transitions into Chris singing it, and then it says in part 2, and that's how it starts. And then part 2 ends with Chris Cornell reading the headlines about what happened to Kurt Cobain and how sad it was. And then part 3 starts with Kurt Cobain. So it's I hate bragging on myself. Scott Weiland,
Yeah.
we done a song by him.
We've done a few Stone Temple Pilots songs. Atlanta was the one that really surprised me.
What was the one that was less known? Someone requested it. And
I think it was
said that
Atlanta. I think it was Atlanta. Pretty sure, but
how did you star that message? What does that mean? What happens when you star them?
I'm not sure. I accidentally hit that. If you put your pointer on the message, you see at the
I
front
just
wall,
done it. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know.
But yeah, the first reaction that you ever did was Crown of Thorns, Crowy Dancer by Mother Love Bone, which I always liked.
No,
that.
I'm talking about the Stone, the STP reaction. It was a song that
I'm just
they requested it. Said that, I know, but I want to know what it was.
give me a second here.
They said that it was man, it was so good. It was a song that even a lot of STP fans don't know about. God, it was so good, man. His voice was so amazing, and I just did a Interstate, I think it's Interstate Love Song, but an acoustic version of it, and it was beautiful. It wasn't Interstate Love Song. It's the
It's Interstate Love Song, acoustic version. Yeah.
Okay, Interstate Love Song. It is, yeah. But the acoustic version, man, is so good. So good. I mean, I didn't know Scott had that in him, really. I mean, it was so beautiful, man, his voice in that song.
Yeah, I think Atlanta is the song that you're thinking of. That's that rare song.
It is Atlanta. Is it the one about the Mexican girlfriend or something, or the Spanish girlfriend? And man, if you don't know the song Atlanta by STP, check it out. It's so good.
Yeah, check the reaction out too. It's only got 89 views, so it needs some TLC.
I want to try to advertise, but yeah, it is good. The Big Empty was a great. It was on the Crow soundtrack. The Big Empty. Oh yeah, that's driving my car. Yeah, man, that song was amazing. Oh man, I was going. Now you got. Yeah, man. Anyway,
Whoever just joined, thank you very much. We're up to 15:01 now. Throwing that out there.
yeah, that's amazing. We may have to hire somebody to start cleaning my house for one, but no, I lost what I was saying, but Chris Cornell is amazing artist. If you've never heard it, look up Peace, Love, and Understanding with Maynard James Keenan. And it's funny because Chris is touring with A Perfect Circle, I think it was, and there's no, this is just audio, and it says, "Hey Maynard, come sing a song with me." And he's like, "Hey, will you grab me a Gatorade on the way out?" So I'm like, that's so cool. Chris Cornell just tells Maynard, "Hey man, grab me a Gatorade on your way out." And they sing Peace, Love, and Understanding together. And in that trio of talent, I've got him and his daughter singing that song, and it's so sad. I cry while I'm watching it. So I cry a lot, man. I do. I can't. It just happens.
So the Crow soundtrack that Nuck mentioned, that is reads like a who's who of 90s bands. Stone Temple Pilots, Nine Inch Nails, Rage Against the Machine, Rollins Band, Helmet, Pantera. Yeah. Jesus and Mary.
Conversations kill. Yeah. Time to wait too long. Her dizzy
Dizzy
head.
head,
I actually don't know what it's.
breathing.
Yeah. That song's amazing. That was sad what happened to Brandon Lee too. And Bruce Lee. I'm Danny Lee. Got named after my father, Walter Lee. So the two women that never leave me, I got tattooed on me. My daughter and my mother, Hazel and Tiffany. If they leave me, something's majorly wrong. So
I don't think they will. I think they love you.
nah, yeah. I mean, yeah, they do. They love me. So I was unexpected. My mother and father had their last kid, if you will, in 1967. And then in 1979, after being told that they couldn't have any more kids, she popped up with me being pregnant. So I was not planned for sure. Good night, Ian. Thank you for being here, buddy. So much.
Back. Had to turn my air
Ian-
conditioner off.
Ian's leaving, so I was telling him good night.
Good night, Ian. Thank you so much for joining us. Loved having you here.
And you know, this is what me and OGL do all the time. This is what we do for our. This is what we were doing before reacting. The only difference is what we're doing right now is we'd be playing songs. And I have an idea. We have a room called Watch Together. Well, I can show it to them, man. So explain a little bit about what Watch Together is, OGL.
Watch Together is a program that you can go to where you can essentially watch things together. It has rooms, and within those rooms, you can either turn your camera on or off. You can have your mic on or off. But yeah, you just
we do a lot of reactions.
Yeah, you can just share videos, share songs. It's pretty amazing. It definitely. Danny and I used to just jam in Discord all the time, and we were always messing with the music bots that were always really temperamental. And like some nights we would jam for hours, and some nights we couldn't get anything to work. So we finally found Watch Together, and it's like it's not perfect, but 90% of the stuff that we try, it plays perfectly. So that definitely was very helpful in our long distance relationship.
I have my webcam on in there, so get ready for this.
Right.
Can you see us? Can you see us? I didn't have the tab. Never mind. Why didn't I add it? Oh, there we go. Hi. Hey. So this is the screen where you watch stuff. I'm dark because I'm using the other webcam because I couldn't turn it on or mess that one up. But so you can put as many of these as you want and move them around if you want to. But down here, these are webcam. You have a chat bar where you can talk to each other, blah, 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 while music's playing. Up here in this bar, if you turn to YouTube, you just put a band in. You know, and there's the songs. Whatever song you want, pop it in there and it will play. I'm gonna find something that's not copyrighted and ooh, I bet you this ain't copyrighted. This was weird.
You need to see this. This kid from this movie exposed the government by explaining how they control us.
Leadership in government is political power, and political power is an official form of antagonizing the people.
What magazine did you say he edits? Politics are necessary.
Politics are rules imposed upon the people.
In this country, rules are not imposed. They are the wish of all free citizens.
Travel around a bit, then you'll see how free they are. They have every man in a straitjacket, and without a passport, he can't move a toe. In a free world, they violate the natural rights of every citizen. They have become the weapons of political despots. And if you don't think as they think, you're deprived of your passport. To leave a country is like breaking out of jail.
Yes,
and
but-
to enter a country is like going through the eye of a needle. Am I free to travel?
Of course you're free to travel.
Only with a passport.
Will you allow me to say something?
Only with a passport. Do animals need passports?
You need to see this.
Why you don't understand why Trump was so popular?
Man,
You need to see this. This
Stop.
kid from this movie exposed the government by explaining
so yeah, you can it's a cool place. You can even all this time you can do all this together. You can share your screen here, show each other stuff. Any of this SoundCloud for musicians, Apple Music, direct links you can put them in there. Vimeo's where we got a lot of our stuff. You can stream from here. You can make reaction videos here. We do it all the time. If you guys have watched any of our reactions, you'll see us sometimes on the screen. I just moved you again. I forgot how to do that. OGL. Get back in your box, man.
We've switched to StreamYard for a lot of our reactions, but for some reason Watch Together seems to lag a bit. But it's like I said, it's a handy tool to have. We've gotten more than our money's worth out of it.
Yeah. I guess that's it. But yeah, you turn and you can come here and not even turn your camera or your mic on.
Yeah.
And just talk.
Work.
Each person can share webcams. So when you do the webcam here, you'll have turn that on and whatever. I'm just trying to show you the little boxes. They're not here for some reason. Anyway, a little box will pop up and people can, when someone else talks, they can trade to the webcam. And you could do a person on your screen and put all the people over here if you want, and the way you can see them and make them bigger, and that's why you watch the TV. Or you can blow that up full screen. And all that good stuff. So you are familiar with Discord, and we have a Discord. More welcome to come. The link is in the description of the channel. But I love Our Lady's Peace, by the way. And Tom McDonald is who done the song with John Farnham on Hey Hey Today. My Chuka My Baby or something. Hold on, wait, let me think. That ain't it. Oh my God, what was the name of that song? Anyway, it's really good. I was like, hey, Mama Mia, what in the world, man? But yeah. Anyway, Tom McDonald's really good. I like him, and I may be thinking about the wrong person.
Yeah, Tom McDonald I'm thinking of as a rapper.
I may be thinking about the wrong person. Hold on. Sorry, I'm punching this in. Tom Jones is something. Sorry. Yeah, that I was totally wrong there. So Tom McDonald. Now I'm curious. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Tom Jones is who I was thinking about. Tom McDonald. I'm not even subscribed. Oh, yeah, I've seen him on a lot of the ads, though. Yeah, he's the guy that raps about really cool stuff and like, has a great message, man, a lot of the things. Yeah, okay, I didn't know his name, though. I just thought it was a commercial that I've seen all the time. Yeah, John Farnham and Tom Jones. Yeah, but yeah, this Tom McDonald cat is good, man. I've seen him. He'll doesn't really care about stigma because he will for more or less talk about the politics and who he thinks is good or white people and being no different than black people, and really being, an optimist and not diversifying people. So I agree, man. Tom McDonald is really good. I thought you said it was Tom McDonald's Discord. So you're in a Discord group that with artists like McDonald, The Warning, and Our Lady's Peace. Yeah. Hey, Superman's dead. Yeah, I obviously am familiar. I love Our Lady. I try to run everybody off with maybe two people. I didn't mean to. So, in fact, I'm gonna have OGL react, and that's another thing, real quick. When we do reactions, sometimes it will be a song I've heard him sing, or him, but we'll never react to something we both know.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen, and he's getting better at it now. But we try not to influence each other's reactions. So if he's reacting to something, I'm gonna let him talk first, and that's great, man. 3 times. And then I will retort, and vice versa. So, but there's some fans that don't mind. Like Nightwish don't matter if he don't mind. Nightwish fans don't mind if he chimes in, even though he's heard the music. But I have a written rule myself that I will never react to a song if I've heard it. And if I have heard it, I'll say it. Hey, well, I've heard this once or twice, but I'm not familiar with it at all. So, and sometimes, every now and then, as reactors, we run into something, we start playing and realize we have heard it.
Yeah.
And then I will be honest and be like, okay, I have heard this. But, so, now a cover, if you've heard the song, a cover, I don't think that's the same thing. So we're down to 1. So, is that you, David? Or Chuck, whoever it is, we're going to go ahead and say bye and get off here. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes, but I want to address the last person here. Chime in. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Wrong.
Yep. Put your hand up and chat. Hey.
Man, you've been since the beginning, man. You're an awesome cat.
Yeah.
So, is this going to be your name on our channel? Yeah.
Amen to that.
Same name.
Oh, hey, David.
You're here too, David? Well, it doesn't recognize you. Maybe because you're a channel member. Or I don't know why. It's only saying there's one person. But so anyway, you two, thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, we started this at about 3:22 a.m. and it's 6:22. So.
Yeah, we've been doing it for 2 hours and 17 minutes.
I hear that damn rooster, man. I'm gonna have Lane Staley come snuff the rooster. I'm telling you.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. He told me about the rooster, and I was like, yeah, he's exaggerating. And I got there like around 5 o'clock, first morning. I start twitching as I hear that dang thing.
So guys, thank you so much, and be a part of the start, because mental health is real. I always say, let's stop counting the days and make the days count. And just love each other, man. Love is what we're here for, I think. I think it transcends everything. So enjoy your music, because it's your best support group. That's what he's going to tell you.
Take care of yourselves so you can take care of others. And remember, anger is good. Hate is bad. Hate is stagnant. You marinate in it. Anger is fuel. You can use that to propel yourselves. So,
2 totally different energies.
Yep.
You can be constructive with anger and make things.
Anger is can be quite helpful. But yeah.
Yep.
So thank you guys so much. This has been a lot of fun. It's definitely been our best live stream.
I am the Talking Tool, and I'm going to sign off as my wrench is. And there's the Mr. Voorhees. Thank you all, really, seriously. We love you. Bottom of our hearts. I removed his ass. Later, guys. Love